Truth seekers out there. I got another episode for you guys. I thought today we'd go through what you actually should get before you get fish or plants or worry about any of that other stuff. The bare essentials, what you need. Of course, you know that you can already get a fish tank set up from Walmart if that's what you want. They have the little LED setups, 55 gallons and the 20 gallons. Pretty decent price. You get a filter. You don't get a heater. You don't get substrate. You still have to get all that stuff. There's a lot of other added cost. Something to take in mind when you're going to set up a fish tank is it's probably going to cost you a decent amount of money to get it set up. And always remember, if you go with the higher quality stuff, if you go with a little bit more expensive stuff, it usually lasts longer and works better. Always do your research, watch YouTube videos, just look on the internet, whatever. Anyway, moving on here. So, a few things that you definitely need before you have to worry about fish or plants. I always suggest you get one of these guys right here. That is a water testing kit. Some people use the strips. I personally use the strips and done the research. And strips, they're decently accurate, but they're going to be off. They can still be off a few points, which can actually really mean a big difference. So it's just liquid. It's really accurate. It's like $22, $25 probably on Amazon or something like that. But it's it really does pay off in the long run. I have a water softening one. Since when I bred my German blue rams, the water softness really counts. And with some fish keeping, depending on the fish, water softness can count. So if you're going to get something extra add on to that, it was like $6 I think, but it was pretty worth it. Next I have the nets. I always suggest getting a few different sizes, like right here, depending on what kind of fish you're going to be keeping. I got a stress coat. Prime makes a really good, it's a dechlorinator for fish. That's a must. You have to dechlorinate your water. That's pretty much what I use it as. Another one is a siphon. I have a Python siphon. It's 40 feet, so I'm just showing you the top half because obviously no point to show 40. This is a heater. For a 20 gallon, it's just a 50 watt. I'm going to upgrade actually on this next tank to probably 100 watt. But that'll keep it where you need it. Next one's a filter. I had recently just bought a Walmart tank just for the tank. Sadly, it's still $70, but I plan on selling the tank itself and just keeping the newer tank. Anyway, this is the filter it came with. So basically just a filter is what you should look into. My last video was talking about getting the Fluval filter. I always try to do 3 times the amount of rating on the filter than what I have in the tank. If you have sand, I definitely suggest you always go 3 times the amount. It's not necessarily, this is actually rated for a 20 gallon and that's fine. Next we have is the hood systems. You have LED setup, which is this is the Walmart one. I'm getting an LED setup, but just a higher end output. This is a fluorescent light setup. It does fine. If you do get a fluorescent light setup, I suggest you actually put tin foil under the lamp, and it really actually does make a difference. You can actually tell it makes it actually a lot brighter. Once you have all that stuff, you can, of course, you have your tank. Right now it's an empty shell, and substrate. You have gravel, sand, and then you have dirted tanks. I've actually heard people use a organic Miracle-Gro soil for planted tanks, and it works. I've tried it. It's a little messy. Definitely trial and error with that one, so I wouldn't suggest it for beginners. You have gravel, which is always good. You can use an undergravel filter in that when you're using that, which can definitely help. I like sand. It looks really nice. All your waste sets on top of the sand. It doesn't settle down. I made the mistake, though, of reading a lot of the things, and they tell you to go really deep with the sand, like 3 inches or something like that, and you actually get toxic gas buildups if you do. You really only need about half an inch to, probably about a half an inch to an inch of sand will be just fine with really any tank. Gravel, that's not so much, probably about 2 inches or so, 2-3 inches is fine. These, what did they say, I think it's like a pound, a pound a gallon or something like that, or a pound for every 2 gallons. I don't really go by that. It's just about 1.5 inches, 2 inches is always is okay with me. I guess with a planted tank with gravel, you might want to go 3. I would still say 1 inch with planted tank with sand, which I've done before. Alright, well, I think that is all I got for you today, so hope I helped out.